Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Red Devil Experience. We are live for the match for Manchester United versus West Ham. Welcome to the live watch along. Hope everybody is doing well. As you can see, we got the lineup on the screen ready for you to go. Let us know what you think about the lineup. Give us the score predictions in the channel, in the chat. Make sure, if you're new, like, subscribe. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit the notification bell icon. Hope everybody is doing well. We are getting ready for this match. We're going to get into some pre-talk discussion. Let me get set up properly, and we will move from there. So, I'm sure Ruben Amorim is doing some pre-match quotes. Roy Keane is in the studio, Sky Sports, saying on Xerxes, he hasn't got my trust yet. Typical of Roy Keane. What a way to start the show. But yeah, I expect nothing less from Roy Keane. And you know what? I don't even necessarily disagree with him. I think he's being level-headed on this. In that aspect, obviously, let's talk about, obviously, you know, the two players that Ruben was sort of hinting at that might not be able to play is obviously Matthijs de Ligt now and Mason Mount, both not in the squad from the last match. And Aiden Heaven getting a start in the center back, as we like to quote it here. And it's good to see him in there. It's good to see him get it's a big opportunity. It's a big sort of yeah, it's a big opportunity for him. I mean, no de Ligt, it's sort of a big loss for us. I mean, besides Bryan Mbeumo, I think our fan base, I think everybody would pretty much agree that he's been sort of our, best player this season so far. And so, it is sort of a big loss. But at the same time, there could be a positive in it. And, Aiden Heaven playing, and it's a big opportunity for him. He hasn't had a lot of game time. He's been, sort of grouped in with the likes of Kobe Mainoo to a certain extent and Joshua Xerxes before Sesko got injured. And yeah, it's a big chance for him to step up. Mazawari's in there. I right center back as well. Lenny Yoro sort of dropped to the bench. I think that can kind of go two ways. I think people that don't like Ruben Amorim are probably going to be pissed off that he's dropped Lenny Yoro. But listen, I think it might be the right call. Again, he's a young guy. We've talked about this many times on the channel and in our shows that these guys, while they might have talent and, they can provide sort of a boost to the squad, and we should be giving them opportunities. Lenny has been sort of going through a bit of a rough patch. The last match that he played was, I think, probably, he struggled very, very, very much. It was probably his most difficult match I've seen him play at this football club. And, he knew he did bad. And I think maybe sometimes you do have to sort of still, he's a young guy. You sort of got to protect this guy. Maybe take him out of the firing line a little bit. He might be a little bit in his head. You listen, you could put him in there to sort of rectify himself. But what happens if he has another bad game? Fans are going to, more people are going to get on top of him and criticize him. So I think it's, I think Ruben's maybe looking out for Lenny a little bit instead of probably the narrative that some people are spreading that, he's punishing Lenny because he's an evil man and he hates young players or something like that. I don't know. I think he's looking out for Lenny. Lenny has been sort of struggling over the past few matches. And obviously the last match wasn't great for him. So, and with the losing of de Ligt, why not give Aiden Heaven a chance and put Mazawari, who's obviously experienced, into the right center-back spot. Luke Shaw is going to be there, and Heaven will be sort of the younger gun, inexperienced man in, the center of the pitch. So I think he tried to balance it as well. He could have maybe put Lenny in center-back. Maybe he didn't feel like that's Lenny's best position. Maybe he feels like Aiden Heaven is one that's better at that position as well. So it could be a couple different things. I think there's obviously going to be people out there that are going to probably read too much into it because some people that heavily dislike Ruben Amorim will probably try to push their agenda as that he is an evil man and, he is bad for everything. So I don't find that to be the case. I think there's there's probably a bunch of logical explanations for this, like I just laid out. And yeah, let me just pull up real quick. Get in the comments, get involved. Make sure you're smashing the like button when you get in here. It is important to the channel. It makes other Reds see this, and we can get a nice big community discussion going on. We want as much opinions as possible. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe as well. We welcome you to the family and to the community. Let me set myself up because I got to get the match up on my screen for me so that we're ready to go. And then I'll get to some other pre-match stuff that's going on. I'm pretty sure Ruben Amorim must be talking, and maybe there's some players talking before the match, as they usually do. So let me pull this up. I'll pull the chat up. Where's my chat? My chat is here. Ray is here. Lucky is here. Lucky's been here very, very early, getting all his comments in. Remember, please don't spam, but you are allowed to talk, but just don't spam. I will remind everybody, don't spam. Because you make the chat, you make it harder for me to read. Okay? Please and thank you. I appreciate it. Ray says, little risky at the back. Don't like Delo in that position. Well, I think maybe so. I don't really favor Delo in that position either, Ray, but I kind of look at the situation that's going on, and again, we've sort of talked about this. It's a bit of a problem there. I mean, Dorgu's not playing well, and we don't really have somebody else to go there. And the only one really is sort of Diego Delo. In terms of that, I think if you look at which option, now maybe you could put Ahmad there, but I think, again, I don't think it's worth to risk sort of the connection and the chemistry of Mbeumo and Diallo to try and fix the left-hand side. I think you don't want to touch the right-hand side to try and fix the left-hand side. And between Delo and Mazawari, who is now playing right center-back for us today, I think Delo probably is the better option to be able to play on the left-hand side over Mazawari. And we're still very unsure if Luke Shaw can even play left wing back for like a good, majority of the match. I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing. Maybe he actually can't do it, or maybe Ruben doesn't want to do it. But listen, it might be a little bit risky, but I would say, the players have a job to do. We're at home. We're at Old Trafford. We're playing West Ham. I think with that lineup that we have, we should be able to get a result if the players step up and do their job and just play football at an acceptable level, and not give us the level that they gave us against Everton when we played last time at Old Trafford. I think if we play to the level that we're supposed to play and have the standards that we play, I think we should be able to get a win with this lineup. So Lucky says Diego Delo better, unfortunately, in that position. And Lucky says Amad Diallo plays Bryan Mbeumo. Yeah, I think they play very well, so I wouldn't really want to touch that. I mean, that is sort of an option that you can do, because I mean, Ahmad is left-footed, and he's playing on the right-hand side. But I don't think it would. Maybe it would, but in my opinion, I don't think it would really. I think it might do more harm than help, because you would want to try and if you take Diallo, put him on the left, and you take Delo and put him on the right. Delo is more comfortable, but the chemistry between Mbeumo and the understanding between Mbeumo and Diallo it's so natural. It's already built. I don't think Delo will have that chemistry with, Mbeumo, and it could lead to a less sort of potent attack for us on the pitch. So, let's see. I need to do one other thing real quick. So give me a second. If there's any pauses in thoughts, I need to open this up. Where is it? Let's see if we get Lucky says we're going look pace, all tactical press on West Ham attack, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Jared Bowen. Well, we'll see how we're going to come out. And we're going to see how West Ham are going to necessarily play this one out as well. I think, just thoughts off the bat, I think we should probably try and do a mix. I don't want to see the team doing long balls over the top the entire match. I don't think that usually works out quite well for us unless we play a team that is, pressing and quite high, which I don't really expect West Ham to do, especially with Nuno away from home. Now, they might do that, but I still think that, I think if we see us doing long balls for the whole first half, I don't think we're necessarily going to have a good first half. We need to mix it up. We need to be able to be doing sort of different things. Short passes, inside, go to the wing, put in some crosses, try some long balls over the top. We need to be doing a little bit of everything. We need to sort of keep them on their toes. We need to sort of keep them guessing on, what we're doing and give us probably the most, chances or possibilities on trying to sort of unlock that defense that they're going to have in that shape. I do expect them to be, pretty, I expect them to be pretty good in their shape, pretty disciplined. So I do expect us to struggle a little bit in that regard, but our job is to, kind of figure this out and get past our test and unlock them. We are home at the end of the day as well. So we do need to figure out. Lucky says mix it up. I think listen, when the match starts after like about 10-15 minutes, we're going to get the good indication. I think we have to wait till 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, to see what's going on, because we tend to start very strong in the first 5-10 minutes, and then we seem to fade a little bit. So we need to see how we're looking after the 10-minute mark, in my opinion, and see what we're getting out of the team. And then we go from there. And hopefully everybody's on their game. Xerxes getting another start. Cunha back in the lineup, which is very good. Hopefully not just, in terms of getting on the goal sheet or the assist sheet today, but hopefully he makes himself very noticeable. I think we sort of miss him when he's not in, just with, his personality, attitude, and mentality. And I'm looking for that to be a presence today. Maybe Mbeumo will be a bit more impactful than the last match with Cunha back in there, given sort of another problem. And Diallo as well. I think Diallo and Mbeumo, they need to step it up a little bit from last game. And I'm looking for all these guys. Joshua Xerxes scored a very good goal last match. I still don't know how he scored it, to be honest, from that position. But I don't really care. I just want the guy to score goals and have a good impact on the game, and not even have to score necessarily goals, but just the fact of that. Just the fact of like, be very impactful. Make yourself sort of like you're giving a presence, and that you are having an impact. We want to feel your presence on the pitch when we're watching you. We want to feel the presence. So I hope you can have a very good game in that way, sort of continue that sort of form and continue to improve. Because the first match that he played obviously wasn't that great. And then he stepped it up a bit in the last match that we played against Palace, and I'm looking for him to take it up another level, because I think he can. I think he definitely has room to take it up another level. So just putting out a tweet right now, see if we can. I wrote join us live tweet. I meant to write join us live now. Just putting out a tweet right now to see if we can get more people in here. A little bit of promotion. Yes, indeed. Let me see. Where are the pre-match pre-match quotes and stuff like that? Usually we have them. I'm not seeing them. My timeline is getting a little bit filled with some other stuff that I don't really care about right now. Something that we're getting here is that Manchester United are warming up with Aiden Heaven as the central centre-back. Yes, and Luke Shaw is on the left and Maz is on the right. I think that was quite clear and obvious. I don't think Maz was ever going to play centre-back. I don't think Luke Shaw was ever going to play centre-back. And I don't think they should. I think Aiden Heaven should absolutely be playing there. As some people might say, again, this is sort of the situation that, if Maguire was available, maybe probably Aiden Heaven wouldn't be getting this. And you would see Maguire there, but this is sort of what I talked about last time, in that the fact that this is football and shit happens and players will get injured. And, sometimes you have to wait for your opportunity. And, he's sort of not had a lot of opportunities. He's barely played, but he's getting one today. And, my thing would be to him, take it. If you have a very good game, maybe end up starting over Lenny. That could be sort of maybe your competition in that sense, and maybe Lenny goes to the bench and maybe you start playing a little bit more. I think that's fair. I think it's all fair play and proper play. Yeah, I think if he takes his opportunity today and he has a very excellent game, I definitely think you definitely give the manager something to think about. It might not happen immediately, after a one-off match, but maybe he gets a little bit more game time than he usually was after this if he has an excellent game and he puts in a very strong performance. Because if he has a performance today and he's quite clearly our best defender today out of all the players playing, you definitely give the manager something to think about, and you definitely give the manager something to sort of that he's got to keep in the back of his head and be like, well, maybe we don't make the push right away into next, but you know what, he had a very good game. Maybe we give him a little bit more minutes going forward when we can, especially with Maguire being out still. By the way, I don't know what the bench is looking like, so I need to actually take a look because I only got the starting lineup on the screen. So what is the bench looking like? I didn't even take a look at it yet. Bench for us, here we go. Biende is there, Tyrell Malacia is on the bench, Lisandro Martinez, Lenny Yoro, Patrick Dorgu, Kobe Mainu, Mason Mount, Manuel Ugarte, and Shea Lacey. Maguire is still out. Cunha is obviously playing for us, and he's in there, and Benjamin Sesko is still out. So all we got really missing out of the squad is Maguire and Sesko. Mount, they're probably being a bit precautionary with Mason Mount in terms of that. Him and Ligt are the two are the two that Ruben was talking about that may not feature. Ligt obviously is not in the squad at all. So he's out. Mason Mount, I think they're being precautionary with him because if he has, we've had injury problems with Mason Mount before. And, if he's got anything in the slightest thing that may cause him to sort of have a bit, that he can sustain a longer term injury, then, we probably got to look out for him a little bit. He's fit, but maybe he's not fit enough, or maybe you don't really want to risk him. Maybe you have to minimize, the amount of time he plays because of, whatever he's got going on. Maybe you can only play him for 30, 45 minutes recommended time. So it's probably better to bring him on as a sub later on as well. I mean, also, Cunha is back as well. So, and with Xerxes scoring a goal, maybe it was one or the other. I think he was always going to play Cunha as well. So, but Shea Lacey there, and we'll see, how these substitutes go when we need them. I expect Lisandro Martinez to come on at some point and probably get some more minutes, as well. We got to build up his match sharpness and stuff like that. So, let's see what happens. And we'll see, maybe, Ruben will sort of surprise us with Shea Lacey as well. I did talk about him a little bit, and he did say that, he's sort of ready to play, but he said he doesn't know when it'll be, but, he's ready for the opportunity to play. And maybe we get that in a little bit. Maybe they're still sort of prepping him. Let's see how it goes. Again, I sort of have the rule of thumb that I would say something along the lines of, if we go up 3-0 or something like that, we're home. And we're pretty comfortable for a good large portion of the match, which I don't think will happen. But if we happen to manage to do so, around the 60th minute, maybe you throw in Shea Lacey, maybe 75 minutes, let him get a little bit of a run out, if we're in a good, comfortable position. Why didn't you vote in the Discord? I did not see it, Grace. I was setting up the show, so I apologize. I will vote if you tell me so I don't go searching for it. Where the poll is in the Discord. I see it. Result: Man United win, West Ham United win, draw, points, post score below. Well, I'm going to go with a United win. I'm going to put that vote in there, and I'm going to say, I don't know, 2-1, 3-1 United. I say 2-1. 2-1. 2-1 to United. 2-1 to United. That's where we're going. So I'm in there. I got it going. What do we got? About 7 minutes till the match actually starts. So we will be getting going very, very soon. Body check, says Lucky. That's my message against West Ham. Lucky says 2-0 header and press break. Well, we'll see how we get it. Christopher Vell is in the director's box at the match, obviously analyzing and doing his job as he's supposed to do. And he's, he will have to be looking to see, what the players are doing, and he needs to be doing that because he needs to see what the squad actually needs. So, let me switch this over. I need to lower the volume for myself here because this is quite loud and I can't hear what's going on. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Grace says, if we win by 4 goals or more, you got to do a classical rendition of Lose Yourself by Heaven. I could actually probably do that pretty well. More better than you think I can. So, actually, you know what? If we win by 5, Grace, if we win 5-0, I will literally, I will do it. I promise. If we score 5, I'll do it. We don't even have to win by 5. If we score 5. He said, "Lucky, what are you on about?" Well, Lucky's first language isn't English, so we got to bear with him. He's trying his best. He's trying his best. He's trying his best. It's okay. It's all right. He's saying 2-0. He's saying press, break, pass, shot, 1 header. So he's trying to tell us how we're going to score the goals. And he wants Ruben to give us sort of a tactical surprise. Shift it up a little bit. So let me get this. I got to pull this up. Where are my scripts? Okay, we're here. Okay, we got this going on as well. I need to get ready. The players are walking out of the tunnel. Let's hit this. Let's go. I'm gonna have the clock ready to go. Please, if you're ahead of me, please don't spoil it for me. You might be slightly ahead of me. Slightly. I am streaming it on YouTube TV. American status. Live on the USA channel. Home to NBC, I guess, or it's a secondary channel for NBC. So please make do. Grace says Euro striker, Lacey left center back, Lemons overhead kick winner 5-4. Let's get it. Let's get it. Listen, I don't care what we do. If it leads to us winning, I could care less if you put Lemons as a striker, and we win the match. I just want 3 points. I want the decently good performance. The better, the better quality of the performance, the better, obviously. But I just want the 3 points. I want us to actually let's actually put ourselves in a good position. I mean, we have the chance to be level on points with Chelsea and end in 5th place today, and only be below them on goal difference because they have quite a higher goal difference than us. So Who needs a keeper? It's West Ham. Well, we'll see. We might need a keeper because we tend to somehow, concede, in my opinion, dumb, stupid goals. And, things tend to happen to us. You know, like in the Everton match, they didn't literally, they literally created next to nothing. And bro scored a worldly on us. You know what I mean? So there tends to always be, to me, it always feels like it's some sort of bullshit happening to us. Can we German suplex AWB? Only if we don't cause extensive harm to him. If it's to the equivalent of harm on actual wrestling, why not? But you know what? To that, I do want to see our players, show aggression and toughness. I want us to be. They need to like, sort of set the tone in terms of going hard into tackles and being tough and kind of being pain in the asses when we don't have the ball. Making sort of a physical presence felt. I was watching. I know it's a bit different, but I was watching my NFL team the other day play, and dude, they came out there and they made the other team look so soft because they were destroying people. They were tackling hard, and I was hyped up. I was like, this is what I want to see from my teams. I want to see toughness, and it doesn't matter what sport. If it's NBA for me or NFL or if it's football, I want to see my teams show a strong presence. And sometimes I feel like we lack that a little bit, but. I don't want to see Bruno being a training cone today. I know defending isn't your number one thing, and you're not great at it, and neither is sort of, cutting passing lanes or any of that. But no half-ass sort of, kind of stick your toe and be like, oh, he went around me. Like, if you're not going to get the ball, go shoulder to shoulder with him. Give him a nudge. Be tough in those situations. So yeah, we need to be doing that. So. And I hope the fans are up for it. I didn't mention this last time, but, when we were away to Crystal Palace, the away fans were absolutely magnificent. I was actually sort of taken aback by it when I was like, they were really, really up for it. We need the home fans to replicate that and really get behind the team. And, it's going to push us even further. So I hope the atmosphere in Old Trafford today is going to be top. Not that it's not usually top, but I mean, we're getting ready. I need to start this. We're about to kick off here. Let's get ready for the match. Let's see what happens. I am a bit behind here, so okay. Start. Did it start? Yes, it did start. So I'm a bit behind, but close enough. And here we go. We are underway. Let me get this full screen for me so I can see properly. And we're on the ball here. Mazraoui bringing it up. Mazraoui. I call it Mazraoui. But apparently it's Mazraoui. Yep. 59th Premier League meeting between United and West Ham. 34 wins for United, 11 wins for West Ham, and 13 draws. So historically, this is in our favor. Ahmad in the opposition half on the side of the box, taking on defenders, crosses it across to Xerxes. Xerxes miskicks it, and it goes out for a throw in to West Ham. So far, we look a little bit lively in terms of, Ahmad doing his thing. I want to see him take on players here. I want to see him be confident. And be forward-minded thinking. I want to see the team be forward-minded thinking today. So, ball still in West Ham's half. Casemiro picks up possession of it. Gives it to Cunha. Delot making an overlap run. Cunha gives it out to him. Left wide. Delot, bad sort of cross with his left foot. But again, he's not a lefty. We still have the ball. Cunha goes to Delot. Delot dispossessed there. West Ham coming with the ball. Good tackle there by Casemiro to stop sort of the counter-attack of West Ham. Throw into West Ham in their own half. Lyles here says, hey, Eric and all you Reds, just here to drop a like. See you after the game, fellow Reds. Enjoy the game. Well, thank you, Lyle. Appreciate it very much. And, you know, hopefully we get the big 3 points, and we'll see you after the match, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciated, my friend. As always, West Ham kick it long from the goalkeeper. Ma's battling with it, gets it. Bruno gives it to Mbeumo. Mbeumo battling out to Ahmad. Mbeumo with the ball now. Out wide to Bruno on the wing here. Centers it to Mbeumo. Mbeumo does well. Gives it to Cunha on the left-hand side. Centrally. Bruno with a bad sort of one touch. Mbeumo wins it back for us. Diallo driving forward here. On the right-hand side, taking on 2-on-1, goes down in the box. No call from the referee. Sure VAR are going to have a look. He did have a bit of a think of it, but he did not blow the whistle. I'll kind of want to see it back. Might have been a little bit soft from Ahmad, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think that's a pen. I think he went down a bit too easy. He went down a bit easy there, didn't he? No contact with the feet. Slight push in the back, but I don't think it was enough to give a penalty there. So we do have to have more intent going forward, though. We're always a bit sort of hesitant and slow. Bruno trying to do one-touch flick-ons, they're not really coming off right now. I think he needs to take a touch on that. They send the ball over the top. Lemons comes out, collects it. In his feet. We got 11 likes in here. Thank you to everybody that has smashed the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Please continue to smash the like button if you haven't done so and you're joining us live and you're new here. Greatly appreciate that very much. Xerxes picks up the ball in West Ham's half, gives it back to Delo on the left-hand side. Delo looking to pass with his right foot, cuts in, gives it to Maz. Maz back to Bruno, back to Maz. Maz out wide to Ahmad. Come on, make a move. Ahmad with a cross in, but defended out and headed out by West Ham. Throw in to us. I think we're going to probably have sort of a lot of possession in West Ham's half. It seems like they're trying to counterattack us. It seems like they're probably going to try and hit us over the top as well. We are quite high, so we need to be careful of sort of being exposed. You know, this seems like their game plan. So we are out of possession right now. West Ham have the ball in their own half in the back line, passing it about. We have to be careful of the counterattack. We have to be careful over the top, the ball at the top. I mean, Aiden Heaven is the one, since he is the center back, he is the one that is sort of being left back there by himself because we are pushing up very high. So, you know, we need to be a little bit careful there because, you know, at the end of the day, he is obviously less experienced than Ligt, and that's usually Lit's job. So he can be caught out. He's a little bit late to track this run here. West Ham are a bit through. They're in our box. He cuts it back. West Ham shoot. Nice sliding block by Casemiro. And first glimpse on goal goes to West Ham, and it is a corner to West Ham. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, Aiden Heaven was a little bit slow to track that run back there. He should have seen that one coming. He should have followed that man when he was coming in. It was a dangerous ball that got put in sort of into our box and then let go to the top edge of our box. And there was a West Ham player wide open. We need the midfield to be doing their job as well. You know, where was the midfield on that? They should be sort of in and around the top of the box at the very least. On those extra players, they were wide open. Lemons comes out, punches it to Cunha. Cunha brings it down. Tries to release Mbeumo, but kicks it out of bounds for a throw into West Ham. Lawrence Burgers here says, bonsoir. How you doing, buddy? Let's see how this goes for us. I'm a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. I want us to really get this win, man. Diallo, ball goes over his head from a cross, picked up by West Ham on the left-hand side of our box. They recycle it. They're on the halfway line now with the ball. Cycling it around. We don't... Oof. It's a hard tackle by Heaven. Don't give him a yellow. He's giving him a yellow. That's not good. You don't want to see that. You know what? Listen, it was a bad challenge. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the yellow right away, right off the bat. But 7 minutes into the match, there's barely been a tackle in the match. You're going to give him a yellow, ref. You're going to have to keep that up and, you know, keep that level up throughout the match. So, you know, when they make tackles on us at that same, I expect yellow cards coming their way as well. If that's the case, you know, if that's the case, if that's what you're going to start off with, ref, then keep it consistent throughout the match. That's all I'm asking for. There. They send the ball into the box, headed and directed back to the center. Shot taken, blocked by us. Xerxes picks it up. And Mbeumo go. Bruno send him. No, gives it back to Xerxes. Xerxes turn. Give it to Bruno. All right, we're going forward now. We're in their half. Bruno on the ball. See, we don't really need to be doing all that, though. Xerxes gets the ball on the left-hand side. Gives it back to Cunha. Out to Delo. Delo out to Cunha. Cunha takes on his man. Crosses it into the box. And Mbeumo looking for a header. Picked up by Diallo in the box. To Bruno. That might be a penalty there, but maybe not. Maybe he got the ball. Casemiro takes out the man in the middle of West Ham's half, and referee calls for a foul. I want to see this back because Bruno went to go take a shot. West Ham defender slid. Did he get the ball first? I think that's clean. Yeah, that's clean. No penalty. Right call. Right call. Right call. Two-footed tackle from behind, sadly. Yeah, for Heaven. Yeah. Yeah. No penalty. No penalty. It was a good call. Clean play. He blocked the ball. Bruno sort of tripped afterwards with the way he kicked and sort of hit the West Ham defender after. So, it's a good call. Fair call. No penalty. Well deserved. West Ham are in our half now. They got a throw in. I think we need to be a bit careful on aerials as well. The crosses, the set pieces from West Ham. We need to be a bit careful. Bruno picks up the ball and tries to pass it. It goes out for a goal kick to us. Lauren says West Ham defender went through Bruno too, but in the box. And yeah, but I mean, I kind of feel like he blocked the ball first. The replay I saw, I don't think it was a foul. Shaw tried to find Mbeumo over the top. No luck there. West Ham goalkeeper picks it up. Is that Areola, by the way? Picks it up. West Ham now trying to play out of the back. Goalkeeper kicks it long. Aiden Heaven picks it up. Turns back around, gives it to Lemon under pressure. Lemon kicks it out of bounds. This is a little bit of a problem here with Aiden Heaven. He hasn't played a lot. He's a bit inexperienced. You know, could be a problem. Could be a problem today. What's going on here? Ref's got a bit of a problem here with the headphone system. Don't know if it's working properly. Match has stopped. I mean, this is quite ridiculous, you know, like Premier League, hundreds of billions. But 11 minutes into the match, and you're telling me that the thing isn't working already? And I feel like this happens way too often. Like, I've seen this happen in Premier League matches way too often. Like, you know, I don't know. Get a better company that makes a better product or something. I don't know. Dropping Euro is controversial. Well, it is a bit controversial. It could go either way for him. You know, we'll see how it goes. Now, he might have dropped the Euro, maybe not necessarily based on his form, but it could be because Ruben decided that in terms of somebody playing center back, maybe he thinks Heaven has better qualities to play center back than Lenny does, because with no Ligt and no Maguire, would you necessarily put Mazzuari there or Luke Shaw? I don't think you would. I think you would have to play them in both the left center back and right center back spot, and that leaves up, basically, are you going to play Euro or are you going to play Heaven in center back? And we all see that Euro plays usually right center back, so now, him struggling a bit as well might have played a part into it, but, if they ask him about it, I don't know if they did ask him about it, but I might have missed that. But if they didn't ask him about it, they ask him about it, I would like to see what he says about it. But we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully it works out well. My headphone has died, so now I can't hear the match. We have the ball in our half, 13 minutes for me. Bit slow. We started this one a bit slow. Xerxes dropping in deep to try and pick up the ball, and we have lost it, and West Ham have picked up. We're not doing enough to retain possession as of right now. Let's see if we can pick it up here, because again, it's sort of giving me similar vibes to Everton. We're not doing enough. We need to put more pressure on West Ham. We're looking at the Butcher on the bench right now. Expect him to come in at some point later on in the match. Get some more match time. We got to build up his fitness and match sharpness. Shaw clears it. Tries to find Mbeumo. Cleared back out by West Ham. We pick up the ball. Mazzuari driving forward. Sends Mbeumo through. Mbeumo on the right-hand side. Diallo is inside. Mbeumo tries to give it to Bruno. Bruno takes a touch. I think Bruno might have been fouled on that one. I don't know about all that, but Bruno stays down. And to be fair, he needs to get up because he's not getting the foul, or somebody's got to cover him. West Ham in our half. Near our box. They've recycled it. They're at the back at the top of the half now. Wilson might have been offside, but play goes on. Good block by Mazzuari, out for an apparent corner. United are asking for an offsides. Has not given. The commentator even saying that he appeared offsides, and it has not been given. So corner to West Ham. I would like to see if he was offside, because I think that was a foul. We should have gotten a foul there. Studs up on Bruno. Caught Bruno with the studs. I don't think he got the ball. I think we should have had the foul on the edge of West Ham's box, so I'm getting the short end of the stick on these calls right now, I think. Corner comes in, we head it out. West Ham pick up the ball. Bruno going into the tackle. Doesn't get the ball, but it was decently a hard tackle, so Xerxes dispossesses West Ham. Good win back by Xerxes, using your body there. And Cass gives the ball away. We give the ball away too cheaply. Lauren says that's a yellow on Bruno. Yeah, I think it should have been. I mean, studs. You caught him. And like I said, if you're given a yellow card to Aiden Heaven for his tackle, I think that's generally a yellow card. But it can't be a yellow card if he doesn't even give us the foul. So this is sort of the thing. I mean, this tends to happen in matches. This is why we got to go and carry out our game, because you know what? If the ref isn't going to give us sort of a fair shake, or things are going to go against us, we need to be doing our job to even it out as much as possible. The players can't worry too much about the ref. West Ham in our box. Jared Bone takes a shot, and it is blocked. Xerxes picks it up, gives it to Bruno. Bruno tries to send him Mbeumo, but it goes sideways and it goes out for a throw into West Ham. Goes out for a throw into West Ham. I need to do something real quick. West Ham throw the ball in. We pick it up, but we lose it. West Ham pick up the ball again in our own third. Wan-Bissaka with a good move there. Gives it to Souček in our box. Luke Shaw defending him. Comes off Shaw. Lemons tried to prevent the corner, but it goes out of bounds for another corner. So what is that? 3 corners or 4 corners for West Ham? We've had no corners, and we haven't even created a good opportunity yet. So not a good start for us. Very, very slow. Very, very slow. We got to pick it up. We're not doing enough. We are absolutely not doing enough here. And we can't continue like this for the match. We're going to have to pick this up. Corner comes in. Headed, and Diouf tries to shoot and shanks it out of bounds for a goal kick. So luckily for us, it was sort of a bad defensive header from Bruno because it didn't go where you wanted it to go. It went across the box diagonally. You want that out of the box, obviously. At least he got a head to it, and luckily enough for us, it was a bad shot, bad take by Mamam Diouf. So Shaw over the top to Bruno. It's going to find Bruno. Bruno brings it down, and Bruno offsides. Of course. The one good play that we put ourselves through, and Bruno is off. So this is how this is going for us so far. Gray says, long ball FC, this is rubbish. We're making West Ham look like Barcelona. And Lauren says, we're neither controlling the midfield nor moving the ball quickly up the lines. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's not good enough. And we're not really doing anything. We're not controlling, and we're not moving the ball quickly. We're not doing enough with it either. And we're giving the ball away cheaply in bad areas. I mean, we don't want to be giving the ball away in our own half, which we keep doing. So, Ahmad overhead clearance sort of kick backwards. Wan-Bissaka picks it up in our half yet again. We're not winning the battle here at all. So, goes out for the throw-in. Is it a throw-in? It goes out for the throw-in right at the corner flag for us in our own half, which is not a good position that you want to be doing this. We're going to get boxed in here. Amorim didn't play long ball at Sporting. Well, he didn't, but, it is a different sort of league as well. The Portuguese league is it's a bit harder to play long ball, Grace, in the Portuguese league because barring the top 2-3 teams, which is like Porto and Benfica, every single team you play in the entire league, they all play drop back. They all play, 11 people behind the ball. So there's not really room to sort of do that. And in certain matches, in the Champions League, for example, like when they did play against like Manchester City, obviously the way Manchester City play, like in the Champions League with Sporting, they did play sort of a counterattack. And it wasn't all long balls, but, some of our players, again, our players are on the pitch. These guys are the ones that are, taking the call on, they have the ball on their feet. They need to make the decisions of when to send it long and when not to send it long. So he had Gyökeres as a target man, at least. Well, I mean, that's also a difference. And, I think Sesko kind of plays to that in terms of maybe being a bit similar to Gyökeres, and I think Xerxes is a little bit less like that. I mean, Xerxes is struggling right now. His first touches are not great. He is dropping back. He's not really, you know, he's not really controlling the ball. I mean, the ball is coming to him. He's taking the first touch, and the ball is running away from him. So, in terms of holding up the ball for us, it's not working out either. So. We can't put 5 passes together. We can't. Not right now. I mean, neither can West Ham, so, I mean, the match is kind of at a shit state right now, is it not? I mean, neither team can really seem to be doing anything. And we talked about it last time, Grace, you know, what you said. I still completely agree. Ball over the top here to Bruno. He's in the box. Bruno tries to give it to Xerxes. And we get our first corner of the match. Not that bad there. But what I was about to say was consistency, Grace. Consistency. We need to find consistency. You know, I still agree with the comment that you said to us that, you know, consistency has, you know, been our worst sort of enemy over the years, and it's being sort of our worst enemy right now because we need to find consistency in the match. We are so inconsistent. We can't get passes. We can't string passes together. Short goes to Bruno. Ooh, that was a good chance. And Mbeumo took the corner, gave it short to Bruno at the top of the box. Bruno gave it back to Mbeumo, and Mbeumo curls one in, and he went for goal. And it almost went into the top far left corner of the goal. Good save by Areola. And out for another corner. So let's see if we could sort of be set piece FC. We have done better in these in recent times than we used to be doing at one point. Bruno's going to take it, kicks it in, punched out by Areola. Bruno picks it back up, gives it to Ahmad. Ahmad, bad cross there. I mean, there's no way that you do that sort of thing. You're left-footed from the left foot side. Cunha puts it in. Bad ball into the box. Comes back to Cunha. Cunha stretching because he almost lost it. Out to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw with a good cross. But West Ham pick it up. And then Luke Shaw fouls. Who is that? Bowen. Stops the counterattack there. Yeah, that was a quality shot. That was a quality shot, and I think we need to see Mbeumo get a little bit, you know, take a little bit more opportunities like that. It was good. Could have happened. Low quality on a cold Thursday night. West Ham have played. West Ham have liked playing us recently. Have liked playing us recently. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's always going to be sort of a little bit difficult as well with Nuno and the way he plays, but there's no excuses. We got to step it up. We got to do better. The quality is too low from us, and we need to be doing better. Really missing Sesko in the air. Yeah, I think so. I think so. You know, again, Xerxes is not the same as Sesko. If they were the same, we wouldn't have bought Sesko, and we would have just used Xerxes. You know what I mean? So it is a bit different. I think in a match like this today, especially Lawrence, Sesko would be very, very helpful in a match like this. I think we are missing him in a match like this today. Ball is in the air a lot. Foul in our half against us, or for us. And we're going to take a free kick in our own half. Heaven on the ball. Mazawari. Ahmad gives it to Bruno. Bruno, no options. Gives it back to Maz. Back to Diallo. Diallo driving forward. And turns around. See, in that instance, he doesn't have to turn around. Like, he should have gave it to Mbeumo, and then he should have continued to make his run. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, we don't go forward enough. Like, he didn't have to turn around and stop there. He should have kept it going. He should have gave the ball immediately to Mbeumo. He didn't have to dribble all that much. Let the space close down. Luke Shaw has the ball. Cunha's out there. Diallo is central. Shaw is out wide. Shaw on the ball. Cunha with a bad touch. Bad pass. And gives it away. Heaven doing his thing. And we get the ball back. Casemiro with a good ball to Mbeumo. Mbeumo gives it to Diallo. Diallo taking on his man. Good take on. Put it across. Oh! He put it across. Xerxes like... Oh! Oh my god. Alright, good spell. Good spell. Good spell. I think we should have put the ball in the back of the net there. But Ahmad did well. Took on his man. He's got to do that. He's got to... Puts in a decently good pass in the air. Xerxes thighs it. Headed off the line. Falls to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes does sort of like a half volley there. And he missed the net on the half volley. Just wide. He hit the post slightly. Our best, listen, that's been our best 2 chances right there. And probably the best 2 chances of the match. So let's see if we could get more of a foothold in. We get the ball. West Ham pick the ball up at the midfield line. Wan-Bissaka on it. I'm right about Ahmad, stupid. But this is the thing, like, we do this a lot, and it's not really just only Ahmad. I mean, he does it quite a lot, but a lot of our players do it. A lot of our players do it. They don't have to be doing things like that. And this is what I talk about, and this is why I put a lot of onus on the players. Because in that situation, he's on the ball. It doesn't matter, like, what training or what Ruben Amorim said to them, because I'm sure he's told them not to be doing that sort of thing. That is a call specifically on the player. You are on the pitch. It is your decision to make. And clearly, you know, that's the decision he made. He made to do that dribble. He then decided to turn around. And, you know, the better option is to pass the ball, make the ball do the work, and, you know, leave the space open. Callum Wilson is sorted through here. They're on the edge of our box. Good defending by Luke Shaw. Hey, Luke Shaw has been very good, defensive-wise. We've given the ball away. We've gotten fouled, though, so free kick to us in our half. Lawrence is off the line. Ahmad much better higher up in the box. Well, I think for Ahmad, like, he is good in that position, but the reason why I'm talking about Ahmad doing that is because I think actually Ahmad playing sort of that, I mean, Ruben Amorim described it as right mid and not right wing back, but I think his best trait is for him to start with a deeper run, have a lot more space in front of him, and then when he gets the ball, he has a lot more options instead of getting cornered or with less space in the number 10. So that's why I get kind of mad when he does that, because if he gave that ball to Mbeumo and continued to make a run, Mbeumo could have sent him through, and he's obviously quite good at taking on, you know, the players when he gets in and around the box. As we've seen so far, he's done it once or twice already, and he's gotten the best of the defender there. So we need to expose that more. And he needs to be a little bit more forward-thinking and a bit more confident on that side. You know, this is a place where, here we go, we have a chance here in Mbeumo, but he doesn't give it to him. He takes it himself, cuts inside, taking on 2, 3, gives it to Cunha. Cunha takes a shot, blocked. Come on. Ahmad picks it up, left footer to the back post, finds nobody. Somebody's got to get to that. That was a good ball in there. It was a good ball in there. Good sort of interchangeable play with Cunha and Mbeumo there. Cunha tried to pass it first, but it got blocked, fell back to him, and then he tried to shoot it and it got blocked. And then it fell back to him and he gave it to Ahmad, so this is the problem that I worry about, you know, when our players leave to AFCON. He's got to be off there, surely. They tried to send the ball over the top. It is offsides. This is sort of what I'm worrying about, because I think the right-hand side is obviously our strongest side that we have. It's way stronger than the left-hand side. It's the one that poses more threats. The left-hand side is still, you know, lacking. We don't create enough from the left-hand side, and I think that leads us to becoming very sort of one-sided. To a certain extent, and it makes us less dangerous as well, because if they have to worry about both sides, then we can stretch the defense. If they only have to worry sort of about one side, then we become more predictable as well. And I worry because we're going to lose Mbeumo and Diallo, and that's our right-hand side, and Mazawari as well, to that extent. And if that's our best side and we're going to lose it, I don't know what's going to happen when we're playing these matches. I know what we need. We need whoever's going to be playing there to step up and sort of fill that gap and step up to the plate. But I don't know if it's going to happen, and I'm quite worried about that. We're warming up a bit now. Yeah, we're growing into it, but we need to get something here. We're gonna do a long throw with Dallo. This has been controversial as well, apparently. I'm gonna be quite honest. I sort of prefer this than what we were doing before. Back to Dallo. Dallo crosses it in with the left foot. It was actually a good cross. Falls to Bruno. Bruno shoots it, blocked on the way in, and we sort of get the ball in our midfield, on the midfield line there. Maz gives it out wide to Diallo. Diallo, take him on. That's it. You've been beating him all game. Bruno puts it in. Curler to the back. Looking for Xerxes. Wan-Bissaka gets to it first, though. And it goes out for the throw-in for Dalot to take. West Ham sort of not doing a full team press, but they are pressing a bit. So they're not totally sitting back on us. Xerxes comes deep, picks it up, gives it out wide to Dalot. Dalot gives it back to Bruno. Bruno sends Cunha through. He is through here. Wan-Bissaka, excellent tackle. Cunha looking for a penalty. I don't think he's going to get it. We all know about Spider Juan, and we know how he's good with those legs and getting a foot to the ball. And from my initial perspective, it did look like a clean tackle there. Bowen somehow slips through. Bowen still going. Shoots, deflected off of us and into Lemon's hands. That could have been a goal right there. Our defending is not giving me confidence right now. We are getting beat too easily. We're coming forward. We're in West Ham's half. Dalot passes the ball. The referee gets involved. Wanted to touch on it. Hits him. The referee stops the game, and it's going to be our drop ball. Bruno picks it up to Cunha. Cunha to Mbeumo or Mbeumo. I gotta rewire my brain to call him the right name. Mbeumo, not Mbeumo. Damn Americans can't pronounce shit right. I mean, that could have went anywhere at that point. That chance that West Ham had. I think it was a good tackle by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I don't think that was a penalty. Bowen is the player we need on the left. Yeah, you know what? We probably could use him in that sort of position. But what I was saying is, we kind of need like another Ahmad on the left hand side, and you know what? You know, I was saying that for a while, and Ruben Amorim just said it not too long ago. So I think that's I've always said that because I think that's what Ruben is sort of looking for, and I think that's what he always wanted, and he sort of confirmed that. So we need somebody with the work rate, but then also somebody that can help us, you know, attacking wise. Semenyo would be a very good option. I think so. I think so. But I don't know, you know, he's sort of available in January, but I don't know if we're going to do it. There's sort of been a discrepancy on that one. Ahmad fouled. Got kicked in the back of the head. And finally, the ref pulls out a yellow card for them. So Diouf getting a yellow card there. Rightfully so, because there was no attempt to sort of play the ball there. He did completely just sort of take out Ahmad while he was dribbling. So Mazawari here, out to Bruno. Bruno out on the wing. Bruno slots it to Ahmad. Ahmad turns around, gives it back to Bruno. Bruno looking for a left cross into the box. A decently good one, but nobody really getting to it. And this is sort of our other problem that we have. Sometimes we struggle putting a good ball into the box. Then when we do put a good ball into the box, nobody is getting on the end of them. So Xerxes with a good touch. And Mbeumo picks it up. Out wide to Diallo. Ahmad gives it to overlapping Maz. Maz puts it across, but straight at Areola. And West Ham pick it up. And Bruno steals it. Give it to him, Mbeumo. He doesn't... He took too long. He took too long. Evan picks it up. He's got to be careful. Can't be late. Cunha driving in the box on the left-hand side. Tries to put it across and out for a corner to Manchester United. Pressure. We are starting to build some pressure and some momentum into this game now. I would say maybe a little bit. I would have liked them to do it maybe 10 minutes earlier because we are getting sort of close to halftime, and you know, I would like to us to find sort of an answer in this first half, because when we go into halftime, it might kill a bit of our momentum, and we might be a bit slow to start back up. So, you know, we're taking a corner here. Bruno's going to send it in. Decently okay. A little bit short for Cass. He got a slight header on it, but it wasn't good enough. West Ham pick it up, and they're trying to counterattack us now. We get the ball back and hand the ball to West Ham in the middle of their half. Come on, let's get one before half. Somehow, some way. We need to get one before half. I'm going to take this free kick. Bruno is the lone man to stand over it, so he is going to try and put it over the top into the box. Let's see what we get out of it. Bruno puts it in. Floater to the back post. Cunha wide open. Heads it across. Diallo trying to do a bicycle kick. And apparently it is a foul on Ahmad. He's in the bicycle kick. He's fouled. Yeah. I mean, he's sort of kicked Bowen in the head there while he's doing his overhead kick. You know, that's one of those things that I never really understood about the game, though. Like, I can understand high kicks and stuff. And I understand the high kick rule, but, like, when you go to perform a bicycle kick, like, it is legal to do, but then, like, how do you sort of judge that? I mean, if you make contact with the opponent, then it's a foul. I guess because he sort of hit him in the head, but I always found it a bit sort of iffy, that one. Ahmad trying to release Xerxes. Xerxes doing his best to try and get to it. Can't beat Todibo. Todibo puts it out for a throw-in to Manchester United in their half. We are near the box. Dalot seems like he's coming over to do one of his long throws. Dalot asking for a towel to wipe off the ball. Bit of controversy here, apparently, because apparently you might not be able to wipe off the ball, but Dalot throws it in, headed out by West Ham for another corner. All right, so we're picking up corners, we're picking up more possession, putting a bit more pressure on West Ham in their half. The ball is in their half a lot more than it is in our half now, but we need to figure out to actually do something with it. We need... Corner is coming in. People... Decently good ball. Areola gets a hand to it. Bruno picks it up sort of on the top of the box. He kicks it all the way back to Lemons, who is on the midfield line. Lemons passes it short, but slips. Casemiro picks it up, and Shaw is now on it. Gives it to Bruno. being a bit patient here. Maz picks it up. Gives it back to Bruno. Bruno back to Maz. Maz gives it out wide to Diallo. Take him on again. Ahmad, nice. One. Doesn't get past two. Mbeumo wins it back, though. This is good. This is the things we need to be doing. We need to be winning the ball back in their half. Bruno puts it in. Xerxes flicks it on, and it goes out for a goal kick. These are the slight things that, you know, I wish we could start the match like this to a certain extent. You know, again, we've taken too long to sort of get here in the first half. But this is what we're supposed to be at the very minimum doing. You know, we're trying to create. If we lose the ball, we're winning it back in their half, which is exactly what we're supposed to do. That's how Ruben's system is supposed to work. It's a lot of the play is supposed to be in their half. We're supposed to minimize the play in our half. We're supposed to keep the pressure on them. We were very slow to start doing this. West Ham have like next to nothing going for them right now, but the next level is we need to start getting more shots on target and getting more serious opportunities. And Mbeumo has the ball, tries to give it back to Cunha, doesn't reach him, but Ahmad picks it up, gives it out to Cunha on the right-hand side here. Gives it back to Maz. Maz gives it to Mbeumo out on the wing here. And Mbeumo crosses in with the left, headed out by West Ham, not enough height. Aiden Heaven going for the ball in the air and gave a little bit of push in the back, and free kick against us for West Ham. Lauren says, I think you're supposed to look at who's around you for very high kicks. Well, fair enough. I mean, I don't really have a big problem with him sort of calling the foul, but I always just thought that the rule is a bit iffy, because obviously the high kicks, but to do a bicycle kick, it's technically a high kick, but it's also technically allowed, so yeah. Ball in the air here in our half. We do get it back. Ahmad in a bit of trouble there, though. Turns around. Shielding. Maz, bad ball. Trying to play out the back there. And Aiden Heaven clears it out for a goal, for a corner. Sorry. That was a bit sketchy. Again, the defending is a bit sketchy today. I mean, that could have been a penalty. It was a bad challenge from Maz. He was late. He didn't get the ball. He got Souček. Luckily, I think enough for us, Souček didn't make a meal of it, and he didn't go down, stayed on his feet. I think if he went down, they probably would have gave a penalty against us. So our defending has been quite sketchy. And I think we could probably chalk that down to Ligt not being there. This backline sort of not having been playing together in the terms of Maz and Aiden Heaven and Luke Shaw. And, you know, I guess you can lump in Lemons with that. The foul on us in our box, so Lemons is going to take a free kick here, but Lauren says it's early, but our attacking reminds me a bit of the last 20 minutes against Everton. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Like, we got to step the levels up. It's not high enough. Halftime here. I got to stop the clock. Well, this is one of these things. It's a little bit similar to Everton in a certain sense. I mean, we've had the ball. We've had possession. We haven't really done enough with it, unfortunately. We're still a bit slow. We did pick it up a little bit in sort of the last 10 to 12 minutes of the first half, but we all know we need to be doing more and better with it. So let me see. I might have to update the stream title here real quick. Where are we? Do we make subs in the second half to start off? I don't think he's going to. I think he's obviously going to give them the team talk. and he's going to tell them they got to step it up. Because we do, but you know, I'm not really doing enough here with it. Let me sort of look at the the first half stats here for us. Statistics. Right now we have 65% possession and West Ham have 35% possession. So in a certain sense, we're controlling the match, like people might ask for, but we're not really, this is why my whole thing always on possession. I don't really care for possession too much because it's more about what you do with the ball than it is sort of the possession stat. I mean, we've had majority possession, but we really haven't done anything with it. I mean, right here, we have an XG. I think we've had probably the best chances of the match, but I mean, still not enough and they weren't great, but we have an XG of 0.7 and West Ham have an XG of 0.3. We have had 0 big chances and West Ham has had 1. We have a total of shots of 9 right now, and West Ham have 5. And somewhere they should tell me we have 2 shots on target. So again, a lot of our shots have been blocked. But we need to find out how we're going to get more shots on target because it's the only way we're going to score. We're not going to get goals if we can't up those numbers on shots on target. To have 9 shots and have 2 on target, we should probably have at the minimum 4 shots on target. So we need to step it up in that case. We've hit the woodwork once, so that doesn't count as a shot on target, but it is close, and we've had 2 shots on off target. I don't know if that counts as the woodwork one, or those are separate. And we've had 5 blocked shots, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, so hitting the woodwork does count as hitting the woodwork and as a shot off target as well. So 5 of our shots have been blocked, so it's a bit of a problem. Axe is here. What's up, Axe? How you doing, buddy? And says, nice haircut. Thank you. Had to do it. It was long overdue. We've had 7 shots inside the box, and that's kind of been our problem there in terms of, they are getting blocked. We are struggling a bit to find, some space to get the shots off in the box. Maybe, we've had 2 shots outside the box. I think that one shot from Mbeumo was outside the box, if I'm not mistaken. One of the shots was outside the box there on target. Maybe we should take a couple more shots from outside. We're trying to shoot a lot inside, and we're not finding a lot of space, so maybe we need to mix it up and take a little bit longer shots. Not too far. We don't have to go crazy. I don't want like 40-yard shots, but in and around, not in and around, on the outside of the box, maybe we should be looking to take a couple more shots here. Bruno has taken one and it was blocked, and Bruno has taken another one and it was also blocked. This one was inside the box by Mateus Cunha and it was also blocked. So the 2 shots on target we have is obviously Mbeumo from that corner, and then Joshua Zirkzee right before that. Was it right before that corner? No, it was after. That was after. So yeah, we got to see what's happening here. West Ham could easily have scored with one of their 5 as much as one of our 9. Yeah, I think that's sort of a fair way to look at it to a certain extent. I still think we clearly had the best chance here. I think West Ham sort of are flubbing their opportunities there, and they probably could have made more of what they made of. But obviously, I think for me, the best one obviously was those 2. I mean, for me, one of those 2, maybe on a different day, would have went in for us, but I think they were better than I think they were better than West Ham's opportunities. Gray says, well, that was poo. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. Again, I think like the way we stepped it up from about the 32nd minute to, sort of the end of the first half is how we needed to start the match. And if you start the match sort of like that, let's give them a little bit of a grace period and say the first 5-10 minutes, and you sort of get what we were doing there in the last 10 minutes, from the first 10 minutes, and you can carry on, I think we probably could have a very good chance to have a goal, I would say. But we didn't start off very good. We were very flat, and it took us too long in the half to sort of start getting the momentum. And, you know, halftime has come, and we didn't get anything out of it. So second half, we need to kind of start off where we left at. We can't really afford to start slow into the second half. We need to sort of come out the gates here. The players have to pick it up, and Amorim's going to have to do his thing in halftime and give them, you know, the team talk for them to step it up. You're cooking your lunchbox for tomorrow. That's very good. Prep your meals. Saves a lot of time, and it's good. It's good thing to do. Good habit to get into. Good habit to get into. Chat, would you make any subs right out the bat? For the second half to start? Any changes you would prefer to make? I'm sure there's plenty of people that would make some changes. Bruno half volley, the best moment. Hope another one comes. That was a good one too, even though technically, you know, it's off target because it hit the outside of the post, and the post doesn't count as a shot on target. But that one was a good one too. So if you kind of look at it, we had 3 very good opportunities there. We haven't scored from them. My whole thing is we need to sort of up those numbers. And, you know, I think in the second half, I wouldn't even say we need to double it. We sort of need to triple it if we're going to get a goal. We need to have another sort of 5 to 6 of those opportunities in the second half, dangerous ones, you know, on target or very close to being on target. And I think we can get a goal out of that if we do those sorts of numbers. So, Axes, I would say heaven out, but I want him to play some more. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Lisandro can give us 45. I think it's too quick, too soon to give us 45 plus injury time. And if you're going to do that, then we got to go with Euro. And again, I sort of said, I don't know, you know, what the split is on it. I feel like he might have dropped Euro because he struggled, you know, last match and he didn't play well, but also he's been struggling a little bit. And also I think that comes into play. He probably prefers having to play as center back over Lenny, because Lenny is the right center back. I think they operate differently. But Heaven hasn't played a lot, and neither has this sort of back line because we've had to make the changes in terms of, you know, Maz, Heaven, Shaw, back there. And Lenny has played more, especially with Shaw. So, I don't know. I mean, you can make the change. I'm just a bit unsure of what sort of impact it will have, because I kind of feel like it might go either way. It could have a positive impact, or it could have a negative impact, or it might not make so much of a big difference at all. So, we got to see. Let me look at the bench again. Where are my lineups? So, I mean, yeah, there's Maino, there's Mount for midfield. There's Ugarte, but I feel like Ugarte is probably not one to come on in this match. We don't really need Ugarte in you know, that aspect. We could look to use Mount. We could look to use Maino. There's Malacia, but I don't think he's going to play. I think Dorgo would come on ahead of him if that's going to happen. There's Shea Lacey as well, but I don't think Shea is probably going to get an opportunity at this moment in time. I'm looking probably eventual subs at some point. It's probably going to be Mount, possibly Maino at some point, Lisandro Martinez at some point, and possibly Lenny Yoro. and maybe a Dorgu. I think that's probably what's going to happen. I don't know when or what time or in what order he's specifically gonna do this, but um, Xerxes struggling a bit, so but he did have that opportunity. I don't know if you end up subbing Xerxes out at some point, and maybe you put Cunha up there and you get Mount in. Mount has been one that apparently he's one of the guys that might not be fully fit. So can Mount give us 45? Is he allowed to play 45? There's too many questions and not enough answers. So only he sort of knows at this moment in time. It's his players. He's with them every day. He's with them every week. He knows sort of to the extent of what he can do with certain players, how many minutes they can exactly play. I do think that we should probably take Heaven out though. I would like to see him play more. And it's it's not even for the fact of that you might say that Heaven has sort of struggled. It's the fact that Heaven has sort of struggled and he's on a yellow. I think the yellow is a bit of a problem because where he is playing, he is the one that stays back out of the three. And with him being sort of left alone back there, if we do get hit with a counterattack or we get exposed, he seems to be a little bit slow to sort of react in terms of they are sort of beating him. And I just fear that sort of with his lack of sharpness, because of his lack of match time, there's always some sort of a stupid foul that might happen there with him. And obviously we don't want to go down to 10 men. So if he subs out Heaven, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised, but it's going to be a bit interesting because if he goes with Lenny in center, it's going to be interesting to see. And maybe he doesn't do that, and maybe he puts somebody else in center, but I don't know how that would go either. So I don't think it would necessarily be great to do that. Our right-hand side is obviously the better performing side right now. Maybe you look to do a change on the left-hand side. I don't really expect the load to come out, and I don't expect anything to happen to Luke Shaw. And I don't really expect anything to happen to Cunha and Mbeumo at this moment in time, or Diallo. I think Diallo's having a good game. I would like Diallo to sort of pick it up a little bit more in terms of get the ball in his feet more, attack them more. He's doing well in that aspect. I think that side is the weakest side for West Ham. Wan-Bissaka's on the other side. Wan-Bissaka, we all know about Wan-Bissaka. We know how good he is. I will need to leave and watch the match on stream. Well, no problem. I mean, I appreciate you dropping in. Obviously, we're going to be live after the match as well. So, as long, drop in for that after the match. You're always there anyway, so I know you'll stop by. But I appreciate you dropping in, while you could at halftime. Coming in, having a say. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave, Axe. Please and thank you if you didn't do that already. But yeah. Do have to get we are coming back out. The second half is going to start. I was a little bit behind, so I need to see what time the clock is at so I could get this clock on point. So while I sync this up and I'm waiting, because I got to wait, we are getting a substitute here. Lenny Yoro is coming on for Aiden Heaven. Not surprised by that at all. Going to see what he's going to do with this. Is Lenny going to go straight into center back, or is he going to shift it around a little bit more? I think probably the best option is for Lenny to stay at center back. He is the actual traditional center back out of all three of them, so I would be a bit surprised if he would put Maz or Luke Shaw at center back, and it looks like Lenny's going to take up the center position. And I almost started it. Big kickoff. The clock is wrong, by the way. On the actual match, they've stolen 10 seconds away from us in actual time. So I gotta wait for my clock to restart. I gotta wait for it to hit the time. Looking for a quicker, better, faster start here from United. We need to be making things happen like we did in the sort of the end, the last 10 minutes of the first half. Okay, starting the clock now. Okay, we should be synced up in that regard. Sorry about that. Just updating the stream title real quick. Okay. I am back to the match. All right, we have the ball. We still look a little bit slow, but Ahmad misses Mbeumo run into the box. We give it away. West Ham try to play it out. Bruno blocks and it goes out for a throw into West Ham. So, if you're just joining us, Lenny Yoro has come on for Aid in Heaven. If you're just tuning in to the match. West Ham have the ball. Wan-Bissaka on it in our half. You always know Wan-Bissaka sort of has a point to prove against us, so he was always going to ball out. West Ham, quite wasteful ball, goes out for a goal kick to us. And Lemons will take the goal kick here. Luke Shaw, slow walk, bringing it out of the back here. Cunha drops a bit deep, gets on it. He's at about the midfield line here. Not real move. I mean, we got to pick up the pace. This is the whole thing. Like, I don't understand how we're so slow. Like, this space, make movements, runs. Why are we jogging? Why are we taking our time? You know, you guys give off the vibe like we're winning 3-0 and we need to control the match. We're not. We need a win. We need 3 points. We need to put the ball into the back of the net. You know, this is sort of the thing that, like, I know for a fact that, like, Ruben doesn't want us at this pace. And it's just like, this is what we get from the players. They still don't look so confident to me at times. Very good ball. It was a good ball by Xerxes into Mbeumo. Good defense. But that's a bit better. We need to do that a lot more often on a more consistent basis. Cunha brings it in. Gives it to Xerxes. Xerxes one-time touch. Through to Mbeumo. And Freddie Potts with the tackle on it. I think it came off Mbeumo. Or Mbeumo. So it's gone for a goal kick. But we need more of that. We need more of that. For sure. Ahmad and Mbeumo here. Trying to link up. Mbeumo, not so many options. Mbeumo. I'm going to keep saying Mbeumo. Delo. Miscommunication with Xerxes. Delo passes it to nobody. Xerxes didn't make the run. Miscommunication, but both of them sloppy once again. Cass picks it up, kicks it to Delo. Wan-Bissaka defending him hard over here. He is having a hard time. Delo's having a hard time against Wan-Bissaka over here on this, well, our left-hand side, their right-hand side. Or throw-in. Goes to Shaw. Shaw gives it to Maz. Lenny's sitting quite deep in the center. Goes to Mbeumo. Mbeumo loses it. Mbeumo fouls. And a free kick to West Ham. Again, not a quick start for us. Not good. Not good. We're not doing enough here. We're not doing enough. We had the poll in the beginning. 12 votes. Everybody has voted for a good lineup. So, we'll see that discussion at the end of this match. If it goes our way or not. Good flick on by Xerxes. Mbeumo picks it up. And Mbeumo picks it up. Muscle memory. He's Mbeumo to me. He is Mbeumo to me. It is cold down here. I think free kick to us in their half. What's happened here? Nope. Free kick against us. Casemiro brings it down. Gives it to Maz. Maz looking for a ball over the top. Looking for Mbeumo. Mbeumo gets bodied off the ball by Todibo. He's got to show better strength there. Bruno pressing. West Ham send it long. 50-50. Lenny misses it. Goes through. Luke Shaw. I mean, come on. I think that's a shoulder to shoulder. Todibo just made the same challenge. There's a bit of a nudge. But I mean, he didn't use his hands. He kept his hands down, so he used his shoulder. It was sort of a 50-50. I don't know about that. Free kick to West Ham in our half, in the middle of our half. They're going to be looking to put this ball into the box, obviously. We're going to need to defend it. Lenny. I'm looking for Lenny to sort of give a response to himself. We need a presence there. We need a strong presence. Ball comes in. West Ham get it. They're on the edge of our box. Cross comes in, headed out by Luke Shaw. Good clearance by Luke Shaw. Clearance. West Ham pick it back up, though. Yeah, we're just not doing enough. I think, you know, he might have to get some subs in soon. Maybe just change the pace of the match. Bruno gives it to Xerxes. Xerxes lays it out wide to Ahmad. Ahmad, you have to release Mbeumo there. These are the things I'm talking about. Like, Ahmad there, and Mbeumo's holding his run. He's not making the run. He's holding the pace. He's waiting for Diallo to control it. And then he changes up the pace. He starts making the run. And, you know, Ahmad doesn't send the ball. You got to send the ball there. There's no reason for you to hold it. That is the point in the match on the pitch where you take the risk of sending it through. That is the opportunity that you take. And he didn't take it. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, our team, they do this all over the place. And for Ahmad specifically, that's twice. That's twice today, at the very minimum. You got to release that in. Bruno's taking a free kick, curls it to the back post. Headed by West Ham. Luke Shaw chests it down. Has the ball on the side of the box. He looks to cross it in. Wan-Bissaka gets a foot to it, out for a corner kick. Out for a corner kick to Manchester United. Bruno is going to take it. He's been taking these from this from the left-hand side for us. He plays it short to Ahmad. Ahmad left foot across the box, and Mbeumo blocked shot. Shaw over the top of the net. You know what? We're looking dangerous from these set pieces. Nothing has come off for us yet. Apparently the flag has gone up as well. There was an offsides in there, but listen, the set pieces, we've quite clearly improved on them. We're looking more dangerous. We haven't gotten any sort of rewards out of them today, but the set piece plays are way better planned out and executed to a certain degree. I mean, if you remember just a couple years ago, we had a drought from set pieces. We were so bad and we were so awful at them. So in the recent times, they are better, but Lawrence says the crowd needs to see something different. Mbeumo's shot was nearly it. Yeah, it was a good take. Another blocked shot. You know, I don't know. We have to get something different going there because they keep blocking all our shots, and we need to figure out a solution to this. West Ham here, dangerous shot goes wide, and it will be a goal kick. We need Mount in the team, says Ray. Yep, maybe we do. I don't know. I don't know what we actually need to do to. We're having too many shots blocked. We don't have enough space. You know, sort of in the top half of their box. We clearly have to do something different, or we're gonna need a bit of luck in terms of that the ball is gonna have to finally get through these defenders and actually, you know, go into the back of the net. Because we've had some good opportunities and shots, but we don't have the space. The ball isn't getting through. They're doing very well in their shape, which, you know, I kind of predicted that they are going to be, you know, quite disciplined in their shape, and they have been. And we're just not able. We're not able to getting these shots through on goal. I don't know if we should start taking them a little bit further out. I think what we might have to do is Ahmad here to Cass. Cass shoots it, falls to Delo, and it's a goal. Let's go. Little bit of luck. Little bit of luck. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. I'll take it. I don't care how it comes. I don't care how it comes. Diego Delo, where's Grace? Where's Grace? 1-0 to United. That's all we needed. A little bit of luck. I don't care how it comes. 1-0. His first goal since April. His first goal since May of last year in the Premier League. Diego Delo. It comes from Ahmad, cutting in, lays it off to Casemiro. He takes a shot from outside the box, deflected, falls to Delo beautifully in the box. You got to be there for it to fall to you. Delo traps it, nice one-turn shot, or, you know, not even looking, and puts it into the net. And that's what we needed. That's what we needed, folks. Race. That's what we needed, folks. Now let's go get another one, because West Ham, I think, are gonna come and try put a bit of pressure on us. I need to update the score on the streams and in the live right now. So the Delo Renaissance continues. Well, I already hear Grace telling all the Delo haters to shut up today. So I don't know which score this is. I can't actually necessarily see. So did I put it in the right place, or is it in the wrong place? 1-0 to United. No, I put it in the wrong spot. That's a 0. This is a 1. I gotta update the stream as well. It's a lot of work to do these live streams, especially when you're doing them alone. You know, I don't have a team to do this thing behind the scenes for me while I'm focused on the match. So, now the crowd's up for it. They're singing. We've given them something to cheer about. Rightfully so. We're back in their box again. We got to keep this pressure up on them. Lenny's up here as well. Bruno curls it in, deflected, and picked up by the goalkeeper. Grace is here. Speak nicely to me, people. I was waiting for you. Your man has scored. It was very good take. Very good goal. And he's got to be in there to score that, you know. For the ball to fall to him, he's got to be in there. So, and you know what? Now I'm pissed because I didn't say this before. So now you're going to accuse me of not saying it because saying it because he scored a goal. But I have said it somewhere before that I always thought that Dalot can get more goals. But when you think about it, I mean, in that position specifically, I'd rather have Diego Dalot shooting the balls than Dorgu for us right now. So that seems to be paying off that he's playing on the left-hand side. Experience for Manchester United, experience as a player over Dorgu, and that's playing us. Did you see the Discord? I have not. I'm struggling a bit to keep up with everything that's going on. Where should I look in the Discord? I have everything on one screen, so it's kind of hard to look at everything. Am I in match day? Am I looking in match day? Match day from Lyric's comment. I missed it. I'm missing it. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. All right. From where he's tagged me, the gifts. Oh, I see it. I like your response. That's what I imagined was happening when it went in, and I was looking for you. It's that's what I was. That's what I imagined your reaction was. I was waiting for you to come in here. I mentioned you. I said immediately. I said, "Where's Grace?" To be fair, I probably had to give you a couple minutes to collect yourself. You know. Uh, do you think Amorim should make any more changes? Or should you just keep it as it is right now? I mean, we've scored a goal. We are leading. Do you make more changes? Or do you try to keep going sort of with what we've got? Maybe not disrupt sort of the team. I needed to humble you all, but I had to restart my comp. Well, fair enough. I mean, you have plenty of opportunity to do it in the Red Devil recap, Grace. So Maz, give it to Diallo. Yeah, and Mbeumo. This is a good try, but didn't come off. But we need to be looking to do that a lot more. Be a bit more confident. Take the one touch. Move it more quickly. I'd rather you lose it more often, trying to move it quickly, than be slow as hell and then lose it anyway. I want another one. I'm greedy. I am greedy. Cunha here. Bruno Fernandes. And Mbeumo in the box. Takes a shot. Blocked once again. Falls to Bruno on the top of our box. Bruno with a bad touch pass to Shaw. That was lazy. That was lazy. You know, I don't think he's been real sloppy in sort of that regard at times. Not so consistent across the board today. He's had some good passes. He's had some good involvements, but he's also had touches and passes like that today. So it's been a bit of one that where, you know, he has been a bit inconsistent on that front. Good goal in 60 minutes. Now we can try to protect the lead as well as push. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, they're going to push. Obviously, West Ham now, and it's good that we scored the first goal. It took a little bit to get there, but they're going to push. We need to secure the defense. We need to put in a stronger defensive performance than we were doing, you know, in the first half. But this should maybe work into our advantage. If we can take care of that side, we should be able to now have more space and counterattack them and expose them. So we can't be too cautious. But we need... See, Bruno's slowing it down, and I don't really agree with that. We shouldn't be slowing it down. They're pushed up. Let's go hit them. You know, why do you want to slow it down? Look, they're coming to press us. We give the ball away. You know, I don't agree with this. Bruno's telling him to slow it down to Lemons. Dorgo is coming in. Who's coming out? He's taking off Delo. Interesting. I think that's interesting. I don't know if that's necessarily the right call. I think Delo might be a better defender of the ball than Dorgo. I don't know. But interesting. We playing slow games like this, we should score more goals. We can score more goals. They got to pick up this. They got to pick up the pace. Why is Delo coming off? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Dorgo has received an upgrade, though. He's got a headband here. Maybe that helps him with the... Maybe that headband makes him a bit more less anxious, I guess, according to our manager. He's got an Adidas or Adidas headband, depending on what English you want me to tell you. I'm surprised he's taken Delo off. Maybe he needed rest. He's played a lot. I don't know. We're going to have to use him a lot. You know what I mean? So maybe he's looking after his minutes, I guess. Because, you know, once Maz and Diallo leave us, we're going to be short on options there. So maybe he's looking after his minutes. It's the only thing that I can think of. The deep ball, Dorgo with a head to it. Xerxes using his body well, and I do like that aspect of him. Gives it out wide to Dorgo. Dorgo running. Wan-Bissaka doing his thing, sliding and getting to the ball, and throwing to us in our half. Yeah, we do play too slow. We need to speed it up, but... I don't know. I think part of it is the players don't really understand how to balance it themselves when they're on the pitch. I don't think the players actually understand in a proper way how to, at times, you know, slow it down when you need to, but speed it up when you need to. I think they seem very sort of... It seems very sort of green or red. It doesn't seem to have a balance. They seem to be able to do only one or the other. Bowen in our box. Shaw does very well to block it, and Casemiro does very well to defend as well, and blocks it and goes out for a corner kick to West Ham. So, you know, West Ham is growing a little bit more. I said this was going to happen. I think we all knew this was going to happen. When we scored the goal, they've pushed up, and we need to get a foothold back into the game. I think our biggest problem right now We're tied at corners 5-5. Bowen's going to take a corner. Our biggest problem is what we actually need to be doing is when we get the ball, we need to move fast and quickly and go as quickly up the pitch into their half as quickly as possible. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. The players are not doing that. They're trying to slow the game down because they're trying to control it. And this is what I'm talking about. I don't think they know how to find a correct balance in this. There is an aspect. Bowen, very, very good tackle by Lenioro. And offsides by West Ham anyway, so free kick to us. But this is what I'm saying. I don't think they actually know how to balance this out. I think he wants them to control the game, but when he says control the game, I don't think he's telling them to hide like a turtle and go into their shells and be so conservative. And our players don't seem to be able to know how to necessarily balance it. When they go to control the game, they have to slow it down. And when they slow it down, we're not doing enough on attack. So I think what they need to do is, if it's in our half, maybe be a bit cautious with it, but look to get the ball in the opponent's half. And then when you get into the opponent's half, you don't have to be so cautious with it, because it's better to lose the ball in their half than our half. So once you get into their half, be a little bit more positive, be more, attacking minded with it in their half. If you lose it in their half, you lose it in their half. But they don't seem to, they don't seem to be able to get this concept. Lauren says he needs to sub the midfield pair off for fresh energy. Never does it in time. Mason on as a third midfielder. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe he's got to do something there. I don't think we're going to see subs for another probably 10 minutes at the current rate. Bruno sending Mbeumo through here. It's a foot race, 1v1. Take him on. Take a shot. He's been fouled. Cunha comes up. Blocked shot. I want the penalty back. I want the penalty. That's a penalty, ref. Ref, that's a penalty all day long. And Mbeumo. No, it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. Watch the back. He pulled the foot back in. Yeah, it was right there. I thought he clipped him. I thought he got him. He didn't get him. It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. It's a good call. It's a good call by the referee. Corner kick to us. Who's taking it? Diallo? I think Ahmad's taking it. Puts it in. Too close to the goalkeeper. Areola punches it out right back to Ahmad. Ahmad's going to put it back in. Decently good cross, but straight at the goalkeeper again. But it was at a good height. Just not in a good spot. Back to Ahmad again. Ahmad doing his thing. Nice, Ahmad. That's the confidence we want to see from you. Gives it to Mbeumo. Mbeumo gives it to Cunha. Cunha curls it to the back post. Casemiro fighting for it. Comes out to Bruno on the top of the box. Bruno gives it to Cass. Cass looking for a right footer in. I think he went for a shot, and he... that's what I don't want to see. You know what I mean? I think that's stupid. It's foolish. And it's just a bad decision. And you're an experienced player. You should know better than that in that situation. In that situation, you should keep the play going. There's no reason for you to be trying to take a shot from that far out. There's no reason for that. All we did there, and we do that sometimes as well, is that we let the pressure off of them. We could have kept the play going, put the ball on the floor, move it around. Is West Ham. Good blocked shot by Maz. Goes and gets the second ball. Still fighting for it. Beautiful by Maz. That's what I want to see. Use your body. Use the strength. Xerxes got to be careful here. Too slow to react, and he loses the ball and gets pickpocketed. West Ham pick up the ball in our half. Lenny picks it up. Clears it. And Ahmad was offside, so he's going to let that roll. Yeah, I think he's going to keep it the way it is for right now. Important intervention, yeah. But this is what I want to see from them. They need to get stuck in. They need to use their bodies. They need to show strength. They need to outmuscle. They need to win these duels. You know, we're not asking for a lot. We're asking them to do the damn job. Like Wan-Bissaka's dribbling here. Somebody get a foot on in him. Cross comes in. Lemons does well to get it. Goes to ground, as I expect him. Maz is falling over. Lemons. But another sort of calm and strong performance from the goalkeeper, albeit he hasn't had a lot to do. It hasn't really been too dangerous for him, but when he has had to do things, it's been very calm, very standard. Mbeumo gives the ball away cheaply. Not a good pass there. Very sloppy. Can't be giving the ball away like that. Cass. Bruno picks it up. Bruno Fernandes releases Ahmad. Ahmad 1v1. Driving in. He's cutting in centrally. Tries to give it to Cunha. Gets blocked by West Ham. They pick it up. Casemiro takes somebody out. And it's a free kick to West Ham in their half. I think we're getting more subs here. We are getting Manuel Ugarte and Mason Mount. Cunha is coming off. And they're doing the thing where they try to confuse people. But, yeah, Ugarte's coming on right now. And Cunha's walking off the pitch. But obviously, we know where, well, is he pushing Bruno forward? Xerxes coming off. Mason Mount's coming on. Or no. He's just going to have, no, yeah, because he's taking Cunha off. Is he pushing... Is he pushing Bruno forward then? Bye-bye, Kobe. Well, yeah, I mean, no Kobe here. I think he's pushed Bruno forward. And he's having Ugarte and Cass in the middle. And we have a front three of Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo's taking the central. Mount's playing on the left. And Bruno has gone to the right 10. I think this is how it's going. Mason Mount fouled here. Late tackle on Wan-Bissaka. Has he given him a yellow card? That's definitely a yellow card. I think he has. I was sort of looking at the chat. I think I missed it. Ball over the top. Dorgu running onto it. Sort of a good first touch, but not that good because it's run out. And I think Dorgu was offsides as well. So, yeah, dirty on Mount. Did he give him a yellow? Did he give Wan-Bissaka a yellow? Another change coming for West Ham here. At this stage, we just need a second. Well, Ray says, I'll tell you one thing about Manu is done. Well, I won't believe it until it happens, so. Nice play by Bruno. Dorgu. Wan-Bissaka, great tackle once again. Casemiro going down there. I don't know. And then a good tackle by Bruno Fernandes on Wan-Bissaka. They're having a laugh about it, and he picks up Wan-Bissaka. All right, yeah, all right. So he's given... That's good that he's gotten a yellow in there, because... Could play out to us. Listen, Wan-Bissaka is very good at going to ground. He's very good at getting the ball. But all it takes is one mistake, one slip-up, and if he doesn't get that ball... I'm expecting a second yellow. And could make Dorgu's life a bit easier to drive down that left-hand side. We got the ball here. Amad Diallo lays it off to Ugarte. Ugarte to Cass. Cass out wide to Shaw. Dorgu to Cass. Cass taking the ball. Gives it to Mount. Mount, nice ball to Mbeumo. Bad first touch by Mbeumo. Gotta do better there. Yeah, he slightly dropped his levels for us. He had a fantastic October, of course. We have the ball. We're controlling it. This is what I'm talking about, though. We control it in their half, move it up the pitch, play in their half, move it around, look to do something. We shouldn't be going backwards. Give it out wide. Give it to Ahmad. You have so much space. Play the ball. Play it one time. All right, now he's run out of options. Yep, this is training exercise right now. Go forward with it, though. This is what I'm saying. I think the team struggles with the concept, and maybe it's a personnel issue. Or maybe what the manager is trying to teach them isn't coming across, but hold on. Shaw, Ross finds nobody, cleared out by West Ham. But I think they struggle with the concept. Oh, very good interception by Mazawari there. He would have been through on goal if he didn't get a foot to that. We have the ball. Dorgu finds Bruno. Bruno heads it and saved by the keeper and picked up. I think, like, yes, we play, like, I think the team struggles to do possession play and go forward. They don't, I don't think they understand sort of the concept of how to do both. Because in actuality and reality, we need to be able to do the mixture of it. We need to be doing that passing we just did, but we also need to then implement the ball going forward a lot more when we're doing that possession passing. And I think they struggle with that. Like, from how it looks to me, they seem to struggle a lot with either they don't feel comfortable, they don't feel confident, they don't see it when they're there, they don't see the forward opportunities. Their mentality seems to go sideways or backwards a lot more because maybe they're more comfortable in doing it. But for us to actually play the system at the top level, we would have to be doing the possession, and we need to do something with that, which in terms of make it go forward more. So, but too often we send the cross in too early. Yeah, then, you know, that's another one as well. There's a Conte on the pitch. Is that his brother? Is there any relation to the other Conte? They used to play at Chelsea. There's a lot of things that we still need to perfect and work on. Ah, they fucking scored on us. Corner comes in. Good flick on. Cleared off the line. Not cleared off well enough. Ball's back to them on the top. On the top of the box. And they put it in. I mean, nobody's there. But this is why you need the second goal. This is why you need the second goal. I told you, I knew that they were going to score. I mean, Maz did fucking fantastic to clear that off the line. Let me look at this back again. Bruno's at the near post. He misses the ball. Flicked on. Maz did what he could. I mean, it's very hard to stop it there. Maz was supposed to be the man in the post. He ends up in the net to clear it off the line. And he passed it right to a West Ham player, and it was literally, he passed it into the net. So, why he's open in the box there by himself, nobody's on him, I don't know. But we always needed the second goal. We don't keep clean sheets. To keep a clean sheet, I said earlier, we have to be careful of the balls in the air and the set pieces. It's the only way they were ever going to score on us in this match, because they don't create shit. And they scored from a set piece. They scored from a corner. But we're always going to need a second goal. So now we're going to have to go get one. Instead of getting it first and having a 2-0 cushion, we're now level, and we're going to have to go find this, and we're going to be more uncomfortable. And we put ourselves in a position where this has a chance to end in a draw, and we're going to drop 2 points at home. So, Yeah, I don't really think it's on Amorim. It was a dangerous play, cleared up by Ahmad. When are we going to have a coach that doesn't favor players? Never, because every coach has favorites. Every coach has favorites. Klopp had his favorites. Pep has his favorites. Every manager has favorites. So it's about how you treat it, though. All right, now we're looking like we're shitting ourselves here. No way he was ever going to score that. Yeah, very good on Bowen there. I mean, he destroyed Luke Shaw there. He put in a very good pass, megged Lenny Yoro across the goal, perfectly where you want it to be, just his teammate wasn't there. We don't necessarily have a player like that. We could use a player like that in the way we play, 110%, for the system that we have. I tell you what, Wan-Bissaka should be sent off here. They're showing this back. He went through the back of Dorgu, close to a 2-footed tackle, and he's on a yellow. So I think Wan-Bissaka should be off the pitch right now. I missed that initially, but I just saw the replay. That he should definitely be off there. I think we've gotten screwed on that. I think that should have definitely been the sending off. By the way, Lisandro Martinez has come onto the pitch, and Luke Shaw is off. So Gorte getting manhandled here, but fouled, manhandled. We're never going to find this goal. We are too slow, and we're not going forward enough with this. We don't have a lot of time. You know, it's the fucking 88th minute. What are they going to do? Give us like 4 minutes injury time? There's not a lot of time, and we're taking too much time. No, I'm on. Ugarte. Back to Ahmad. Ahmad. Back to Ugarte. I mean, are we doing a fucking training exercise? Lisandro on the ball. Puts it out wide to Dorgu. Dorgu tries to cross it in. No luck there. And Ugarte picks it back up. I mean, West Ham are going to be happy with this point here. So we need to do more here because they're just going to sit back in here. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's going side to side. They need to go forward. You know, the home fans, our fans are getting pissed in the stadium, rightfully so. Dorgu taking on his man. Tries to put in a cross, and it wasn't a very good one. And it goes out of bounds. I'm sorry. I know Ruben is frustrated by this, but I disagree that the game is won at 1-0. We don't keep clean sheets. You know that we don't keep clean sheets, and we needed more. We have 5 minutes of injury time. And they better pick up the pace here, and they better pick up the intention. Because there's no time to really be fucking around right now. Not that we should have left it this late anyway to be doing this. I mean, yet again, it's our own doing here. Because we just haven't done enough across 90 minutes. So, we only have ourselves to blame anyway. But they still have 5 minutes to sort of give a little bit of a push, a little bit of an emphasis. You know, these guys need to make something happen on the ball. Cass is here on the side. He's turned into our winger. He tries to put it in. It's blocked, and West Ham cleared out, and they'll be happy to do that. I think somebody needs to rip a shot from the outside the box, near the box. Be near the box. Don't be fucking 45 yards out, but get near the box and rip a shot from outside the box. He scored from it before. The crosses haven't really been working. Cass is through, puts it across, deflection, and Bruno fucks it. I mean, when we needed you to take a shot on target, I don't know what the fuck he just did. But Cass was on. Areola makes a meal of it, a mess of it. Comes out to Bruno, and I mean, you gotta be doing way better there. I mean, he skied it, he got under it, he kicked it over the net. I mean, realistically, if you put that on target, it's a goal, so. Keep playing the same shit players, the same result. Oh boy, here we go. Bowen ripping us apart here. And this is why I don't think it was maybe such a good idea for Dorgu to come on, because I think Delo was doing a good job of keeping. I think Delo was doing a good job of keeping Bowen fairly quiet. Yeah, I don't think he should have. I think one mistake is he probably shouldn't have subbed on Dorgu. He should have kept Delo out there. But that's not really going to help us in the attack, is it? I mean, Delo did score the goal, but... Send him! Mbeumo. It wasn't the greatest ball, but it was a bad first touch as well. I mean, this is probably this is probably done, isn't it? So, start prepping. It was done the moment we conceded, and we didn't really press up on after that. Ahmad passes it back. There's not enough intent to drive from these guys to go forward. I don't really get it. They don't really understand it. It's like they don't understand the concept of the game. Like what's at stake. Yeah, like Lauren's saying, bit too toothless to United. I don't really get it. I mean, they're on the pitch, like they should really understand. I mean, look at Lisandro. He's fucking understands because he's just getting the ball and going forward. What a ball. Get it! No! Oh my god, Bruno, what the fuck, man? That's 2 chances. 2. Alright, well, from that angle, it was way more fucked, but... Maybe he shouldn't even have tried to shoot it at that point. He should have just bring it down and tried to do something with it. Again, decisions. He forced a shot to force a shot. in that situation, he would have been better off just bringing the ball down and trying to lay it off. So we've dropped 2 points. Another bad result. Boos greet the full-time result, as they probably should. 1-1 Manchester United. We're going to go into the Red Devil recap, and we'll discuss the match. They've bottled it. They've bottled it yet again. So, yeah, they deserve the booze. They deserve the booze. All around, deserve the booze. And, let me get over there. Let me set the show up. Oh, shit. Let me set the show up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody that has smashed the like button. See you guys all on the Red Devil recap. It will be up in a few minutes. Andresito says amazing game management. Well, I had a feeling people were going to say that. Apparently, this guy can't do anything right, because when he doesn't make the changes, he gets criticized for making the changes. When he makes the changes and they don't go our way, he gets criticized for the changes. So, I don't know. Lucky said needed to make a second goal. We always needed a second goal. So, anyway, we'll be at the Red Devil recap. Join us over there. We'll talk about it more. Gray says we had Mbeumo, Ahmad, Bruno, Mount, and Dorgu on. He didn't go defensive. Yeah. But, yeah, we'll be over there. Join us over there. It will be up in the next 10-15 minutes or so. See you over there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for smashing the like button. And see you in a couple minutes.